Hey there guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to repair your power steering pump if you have the 2TR motor, which is commonly found on the Toyota Tacoma, the Toyota Hilux and the Toyota Hiace, amongst various other Toyota models. So if you want to go ahead and repair it, then you need to watch this whole video till the end where I actually show you how to fix it. But if you just want to go ahead and replace it, because it took me about 4 to 5 hours to repair it, almost maybe a bit longer, maybe 3/4 of a day to be honest in total to fix it. But if you replace it, it'll literally take you about 10 to 15 minutes to actually replace it, maybe 30 to 40 minutes in total with the bleeding procedure. It's literally just 2 bolts. You know, the belt comes off your drive belt and it's 2 bolts holding on the pump and 2 lines actually on the pump. So it's very simple to replace it. I have left links in the description below where you can get the pump like really cheap. I didn't know at the time that the pump was actually so cheap, because in the country that I live in, the pump is worth $300 to $400. But then I did a bit more digging later after I had repaired it, and I found the pump for less than $100. And with buying the oil and everything, it'll come to about $100 total with the oil. So links are down in the description if you just want to buy the pump direct. It'll literally take you, as I said, about half an hour to do it. But if you do want to repair it and you're stuck somewhere and you want to repair it, you hundreds of miles or kilometers away, and you're stuck somewhere and you want to just repair it, or you know when you order these pumps, they sometimes take a few weeks. So if you want to fix it right now, then watch this video and I'll show you how to do that. But if you want to buy it, links are down below, guys. Even though I have fixed it, I have repaired it, I have ordered the pump myself just for that peace of mind. So links are down below, guys, if you just want to buy the pump outright. I'll catch you in the video though. So when I bought this vehicle, normally when I buy a vehicle I change all the fluids, you know, the gearbox oil, diff oil, engine oil, do all the filters and things like that. And I decided to change the power steering fluid, and I did that, and it was okay for a month or so, and then the pump started to make a heck of a noise, like a whining noise and stuff like that. So with these pumps over here, you can see they have the screen on the inside, this little filter, and I didn't realize that this screen had actually blocked up. You can see how crazy blocked up it is in there. Right, so what you need to do is you can either replace the whole pump, because I don't think you can get these reservoirs separately, or you can take this cap off. It's not easy to get this cap off. You got to pry those little tabs, push those little tabs to the side. It's quite annoying to get it off, and then you can get this actual cap off the reservoir, and then you can get a toothbrush in there and some brake clean and loosen up all that dirt and then blow it out clean. And then after that, do your actual power steering fluid change. Put some fresh fluid in there, and then you should be good to go, and your power steering noise should go away. So depending on what style pump you have, this isn't an easy one to get to the actual screen. A lot of them are a lot easier and a lot more serviceable. This one's quite difficult, where you actually got to take this bloody cap off and pry this thing off, and then it deforms the shape and you got to reshape it and then put it back. But it's just something to keep in mind if you guys want to give it a go. So say this style of pump, so as I said, you'll find it on the Hilux and Hiace. Sometimes you can't get this out, but I'm probably just going to tackle it from the top. So sorry guys, you actually got to take this reservoir off to clean it properly. So you can see it's held on by 2 little bolts there, and there's one here on the back side. And all you do is you pull it off. Simply just can't show you guys, but you see you can actually pull it off and then get to it from both sides. That's just, sorry, I forgot to mention that earlier. Alright guys, so I've cleaned out the screen inside there. I don't know if you can see it properly, but it's difficult to see, but I've cleaned it out as best I can with a paintbrush, some brake clean, and also some, actually I'm not at work, so I use some dishwash liquid, some green liquid, and a hose, and I've cleaned it out. Now I'm going to reassemble it, clean off that cap, clean off that seal that goes on there. Try reshape everything, reassemble it, and then go for it. And as you can see, the screen is very clear. Alright guys, so quick update. I've put the cap back on. Right, it doesn't look 100%, but all the tabs are back in place, and it's going to seal as best possible. Now there's an O-ring here at the bottom, so I went and I bought an O-ring kit, and I've got the correct size O-ring, which will be this one here. I'll check if it's that one, but this O-ring here that came off is flattened out. You can see how flat it is if the camera would focus. You can see how flat this O-ring is. So you want a nice fresh O-ring. I got this kit here for $5, just over $5, and I've got a brand new liter of power steering fluid, because I've got a bit extra because I want to flush out the rack by just turning it side to side to flush out the existing fluid that's in there. So all in all, this cost me, that fluid was $20 and the O-rings cost me just over $5. So it cost me less than $30 to actually fix this. But let's see how it ends up once I've got it back in. I'll do a little clip of that. It's not perfect, as I said, but it doesn't matter really what the top looks like, because remember the flow of this is through the pump, so it's going downwards. There's no actual pressure build up, or much pressure build up on this top cap, but it will be sealed properly anyway. I guarantee you, the way that I've done it. It's highly compact the way I've done it. Just take your time when you're putting it back to make sure everything is secure properly in terms of the cap and those tabs. Alright guys, so as you can see, the pump is back on. I'm going to be flushing the system a little bit from the return line. So the return line goes on here. I've just plugged the return line fitting over here, or connection over here, and I'm just going to be flushing into this bucket. I'm just going to fill a little bit of the power steering fluid and just turn the steering side to side manually without starting it. So this is key when you're trying to flush the system, and also when you're doing that initial bleed when the system is full. You want to turn that steering side to side, but the vehicle must be raised, the wheels must be off the ground, so there's no pressure on the power steering system itself, so it's a lot easier for you to turn the wheels. So I'm just going to flush out the system now. Whatever's in the rack is going to come out, and then I'm going to fill it up properly and do the actual bleed, and then take it from there. So I'll do a manual bleed, and then I'll run the vehicle and let it bleed mechanically as well. Just going to be turning the steering from side to side. Now you can see that's flushing out whatever is inside the rack, and it's also pushing through new fluid. So this is easy because the vehicle is raised off the ground. And now what I'm going to do is, once I can see it comes out pretty clear, then I'm going to fill it up with the fresh fluid and then bleed it manually, but then the hose will be back on. Alright guys, so I've filled up the system, and now I'm just doing a mechanical bleed with the vehicle running. Now the wheels are still off the ground. I've filled up the power steering fluid till it's to its correct level. You can see there's absolutely no noise from the pump. So it was obviously the reservoir screen, the reservoir filter inside there that I showed you, causing the pump to run dry. And I've spent $30 on it, and now it's basically fixed for $30. So I hope this video helped, guys. So if it did help, please like the video, please comment, and also subscribe. Catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.